Janice McLean, host of Entrepreneurs Edge TV. We are here today at Idea Mensch, which is a hub for entrepreneurs who are all coming together. And we're sharing resources and conversation and topics about how to make business better. And so the person who actually brought Idea Mensch to Maryland today is here with me. His name is Mario Schultzke.
Schultzke, you got it.
And so, hi Mario, thank you for joining me. So tell me a little bit about Idea Mensch and how you ended up in Maryland.
Well, so Idea Mensch is an online community that features people who bring their ideas to life. So it's not about the idea, but it's about the people and how they bring their idea to life. This summer, we decided to go on a 48-state road trip. So
Wow.
We've literally been driving across all of America. I think we're 35 states in, and we organized an event in every single state. And at each event, we bring in local entrepreneurs and have them share with us and their audience how they brought their ideas to life. So it's just about, like, you know, ultimately our goal is to try and get people who have an idea to start acting on it. Because we think that the more people who bring ideas to life, the better. Good things happen.
Okay. Now, so how did you get selected, the person who makes this engine move?
Oh, I don't know about selected. I think if somebody else would have had to select me, they wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
But I started Idea Mensch, so
Right.
I'm the founder of Idea Mensch. So you know, there was no other choice. I don't think anybody else wanted to do this. But I wanted to start this. But
But why? Tell me why you wanted to start.
Well, I spent a lot of time in advertising. I spent 10 years in corporate America, and you know, while I loved my colleagues and my clients in advertising, the one thing that I always sort of was frustrated by was the sheer number of ideas that never saw the day of light. So I've always been fascinated by entrepreneurs, because ultimately entrepreneurs are the people who bring ideas to life. It's not advertising agencies, it's not the government, it's not, you know, TV studios, it's entrepreneurs. And so I started interviewing entrepreneurs.
So did I. But okay.
On Idea Mensch. And at this point we've probably interviewed about 1,000 entrepreneurs, probably 50 more. I should count. And at some point I recognized that this online interview format, you know, could we take it and turn it into an event where rather than entrepreneurs, you know, emailing me about how they bring ideas to life, we have them share it in front of a live audience.
Okay.
And it works.
Yeah. Okay. Mario, my pleasure. And
thank you so much. And thank you for coming.
Sure. And thank you for letting me come and being here. And I tell you, I enjoyed myself. And you guys know that I love entrepreneurship. This is my element. So we'll be back with some of the guests and some of the interviews with people who were in Baltimore today at Idea Mensch. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Sweeten the season with tailgate treasures and after-game treats. Fans will love mini football-shaped rice cereal treats created with cookie cutters and piped-on decorations. Or go for the Big Win version molded in a 1st and 10 football pan. Cover all bases with sporting fun cupcakes. Decorations highlighting various sports can be fielded in green icing pull-out grass. Customized with team colors and players' numbers on Jersey-licious cookies. The punch, cut, decorate method makes it easy. For more everyday celebration ideas, visit Wilton.com. Experts at the Centers for Disease Control have some eye-opening news. Insufficient sleep is linked to an increased risk for several diseases. Sleep duration and quality have emerged as predictors of an important marker of blood sugar control, a factor in type 2 diabetes. In addition, persons with sleep apnea, severe snoring, have been found to be at increased risk for hypertension, stroke, coronary heart disease, and irregular heartbeats. Laboratory research has also found that short sleep duration may be linked to obesity. This association has been found in all age groups, but particularly in children. It is believed that sleep in childhood and adolescence is particularly important for brain development, and that insufficient sleep in youngsters may adversely affect the region of the brain which regulates appetite. There may also be a relationship between sleep and depression. Recent research has indicated that depressive symptoms may decrease once sleep apnea has been effectively treated and sufficient sleep restored. You can learn more online at cdc.gov.
We are back with more from Idea Mensch in Baltimore, and I'm Janice McLean, host of Entrepreneurs Edge TV. We're here talking now with Peter Lamont, whose company is called Genius Rocket, and he's actually from Maryland. So yay for Maryland! Peter, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Let's talk about Genius Rocket.
Sure. Well, Genius Rocket is based on the idea that you don't have to necessarily go to Madison Avenue to get brilliant ideas. Genius Rocket is based upon crowdsourcing, and what we call curated crowdsourcing, which means we have a community of really brilliant people that either work for ad agencies and are working on the side, are freelance idea writers, creative directors, but essentially people who are capable of coming up with brilliant ideas on their own. So that when a brand comes to us looking for a marketing campaign specifically around video, we go find sort of the brilliant, let's just say, the geniuses of that space. They might be in Missouri, they might be in Baltimore, they don't necessarily need to be working for the top ad agency in the world. And what they do is they pitch TV commercials, online video ideas, marketing campaigns, and we hand select the right people to work on these campaigns. But it's all a distributed workforce. And then we work through, we refine the ideas, just like an agency would, find the brilliant ideas, find affordable production, and we're able to do campaigns for a fraction of the cost of a traditional ad agency.
So you are Madison Avenue just for the small business and the entrepreneur person.
Absolutely.
Entrepreneurial person. So.
Well, and in some cases brands that, you know, the ad agency is saying, look, we can produce a TV commercial for $1 million.
Right.
Or even sometimes $250,000. And we're saying, look, we can get you amazing production, brilliant ideas, and we can pull that off for a fraction of that cost.
Wow. Listen, you have great personality. I'll tell you, just a wonderful aura about yourself, and I really appreciate that. If people want to get in touch with you or find out more about your business and Genius Rocket, how do they do that?
GeniusRocket.com. We are, like you said, we're Maryland-based, but most of our clients are around the country.
Yeah.
And you can reach me. It's just Peter at Genius Rocket, and we're always looking to help companies, you know, make better advertising.
Thank you.
My
pleasure. Okay.
I really appreciate it.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.
Sweeten the season with tailgate treasures and after-game treats. Fans will love mini football-shaped rice cereal treats created with cookie cutters and piped-on decorations. Or go for the Big Win version molded in a 1st and 10 football pan. Cover all bases with sporting fun cupcakes. Decorations highlighting various sports can be fielded in green icing pull-out grass. Customize with team colors and players' numbers on Jersey-licious cookies. The punch, cut, decorate method makes it easy. For more everyday celebration ideas, visit Wilton.com.
You have to be persistent, and you have to be prepared to tell people, to have people tell you that it seems like a ridiculously simple problem to solve. It turns out it's technically an extremely challenging problem to solve and scale. It turns out that people are set in their ways, and when you have a startup, more often than not, your biggest enemy isn't some existing other big company, it's the status quo.
Hi, welcome back to Entrepreneurs Edge TV. I'm Janice McLean, and we are at the Idea Mensch Social and Entrepreneurial Conference today, and one of our guests is Brian Razak, whose company is called Social Toaster. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. I wanted to talk to you about just what brings you out to Idea Mensch today, and a little bit about your business and your background and what you want to say to an entrepreneur who aspires to do what you do.
Sure, of course. Well, I am participating today. I was introduced to the event by one of our investors, Wasabi Ventures, and they had connected with Mario, who's the host of the event, and he mentioned they were coming to Baltimore, and they thought it would be good for me to participate.
Okay.
So my background is I'm a technologist. I have a background in web application development, and through that, a business that I started that was a web development company, I had the opportunity to build a platform called Social Toaster, and we fundamentally try to address the problem of how do we help, as a business, how do you take content you promoted to the web and make it go viral. So we help organizations to answer that problem by tapping into their existing networks of supporters and making it easy for those people to promote that content from the company through to their own personal social networks.
Okay, what key piece of information or advice would you like to leave with somebody who's watching this?
I would say that if you are an entrepreneur and you have an idea and you've done the research and you realize that there's really a problem that doesn't have a good solution or that could have a better solution, once you've identified that problem, do the research, see if there's a market for it, and if there is, commit to the idea. Don't be afraid to follow it, and be persistent, and you can definitely make something happen with that.
Okay, great. If people want to find you,
go to socialtoaster.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at Razak, R-A-Z-Z-A-Q-U-E.
Okay, very nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back with more.
Sweeten the season with tailgate treasures and after-game treats. Fans will love mini football-shaped rice cereal treats created with cookie cutters and piped-on decorations. Or go for the Big Win version molded in a 1st and 10 football pan. Cover all bases with sporting fun cupcakes. Decorations highlighting various sports can be fielded in green icing pull-out grass. Customize with team colors and players' numbers on Jersey-licious cookies. The punch, cut, decorate method makes it easy. For more everyday celebration ideas, visit Wilton.com.
We are back with more of Entrepreneurs Edge TV. I'm Janice McLean, and I have to tell you, entrepreneurship is on the rise. It is at its best right now. You will not believe the two guests that I have today is Lisa Dietrich and Beth Bell, and they have a company called Green Product Placement. What is that, right? Okay, I'm going to let them tell you. This is Beth Bell.
Okay, hi. Green Product Placement is we're a company that we place green, sustainable, socially enterprising, and local entrepreneurial brands in film and television. So instead of your large multinational brand soda or your large multinational brand snack, you'll see a more green or natural product in its place.
Okay, and how did you guys get started?
Well,
Beth thought of the idea.
I thought of the idea, and then I called her right away.
Yeah,
and said,
we've been wanting to have a company together for a long time, wanting to do something together, and this was just the absolute right thing at the right time. We're both from production backgrounds, and we wanted to actually use our knowledge being in production to do something good and to leave a little legacy.
Now, what key piece of advice would you leave somebody watching this show today?
I would say that if you think of an idea and you know that it is a completely original idea and you have the complete intuition that this is what you must be doing in your life, then you need to figure out a way to make it happen. And it should be something that really fuels your passion, that you really believe in. And more often than not, it shouldn't be anything necessarily that's motivated by money.
I definitely want to see what happens and you know, where you end up on the other side of the scope, because I know you're going to be successful.
Thank you so much.
How do people find you? If they want.
Well, www.greenproductplacement.com. Also, we have a Facebook page. You can search on Facebook for us. We're also the only product placement company listed in the Producers Guild of America Green Guide.
Wow.
We're on Production Hub and some of those other websites as well. But yeah, www.greenproductplacement.com.
And Twitter and
yeah, we're on Twitter.
And it's so funny, you know, another reason I think why I kind of connected with you guys, because initially I started out as a songwriter, and that's okay. Initially, we started out as a songwriter, and I did some stuff on HBO and The Wire as a songwriter. So I was like, I understand that. I get that. I get that.
Funny.
So my pleasure, guys. Thank you
so much.
Yep.
Thank you. So nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, guys, stay tuned. We'll be back.
Welcome back. It's still Entrepreneur's Age, and of course my name is Tony Ojeyomi, and of course I have Ann Belduzi of SameGrain.com, and it's so nice to have you on the program. Thank you so much for coming. What is SameGrain.com all about?
SameGrain is a social discovery platform that allows anyone, anywhere to privately and anonymously locate and connect with other people who are just like them. So people that share the same backgrounds, the same beliefs, the same health issues, the same life experiences, and much, much more.
Okay, and how do you survive in the sea of a lot of ideas similar like this of the web? How do you survive?
Well, we're still under development, but we have a lot of unique aspects to SameGrain that once we get launched, people will get to learn about. We're signing up subscribers, or excuse me, beta testers right now at SameGrain.com, and we're hoping more people will come on and be able to experience some of those additional features that are not available out there today on other social media sites.
Yeah, and what's it been like since you started? It's been interesting. What's the experience like?
It's been a great experience.
Very great experience.
Yeah,
I can
it really
see.
has been.
I can see
Yeah.
the moment I asked you the question, I saw a glow on your face, and that's a testimony.
Yeah,
it's really. Yeah,
We've
go on.
done a lot of focus groups early on to see if the idea was something that people were actually interested in. And the idea sort of came from, I had a lot of friends that had college students going off to school, and they would get to campus and they wouldn't find anybody that they felt was like them, so they'd have to transfer to another school. When I kept thinking, well, there's got to be other students that are like them, they're just not exploring and they're not getting out of their dorms enough. So we thought, you know, an idea like this would help people not only find better roommates in college, but also be able to get to campus and find other students that were like them. And then as we explored the idea further, we realized that it could be used for so many other things. You could actually potentially connect with people who might want to travel to the same destinations with you, and maybe even you know, dine at the same restaurants at those destinations, or go backpacking, or maybe people that have the same health issues could, you know, create their own support network online as well.
Wow, that's interesting. And just in case people want to reach you, how do they reach you, where you're based, your contact?
We are in the ETC Incubator, which is Emerging Technology Centers of Baltimore. It's located in Canton, and you can find us online at SameGrain.com.
Beautiful. Yeah. One last note. What word would you leave for anybody who's coming into the venture like this, into a journey like this?
Perseverance. That would be the one word. I obviously have persevered a long time. I've worked for a lot of other startups before this, a lot of other companies, and this has really been a passion of mine for a long time. So,
wow. It's so wonderful having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming, and I wish you the best in the future.
Great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's still Entrepreneur's Edge. We'll take this time out and we're back.
Sweeten the season with tailgate treasures and after-game treats. Fans will love mini football-shaped rice cereal treats created with cookie cutters and piped-on decorations. Or go for the Big Win version molded in a 1st and 10 football pan. Cover all bases with sporting fun cupcakes. Decorations highlighting various sports can be fielded in green icing pull-out grass. Customize with team colors and players' numbers on Jerseylicious cookies. The punch, cut, decorate method makes it easy. For more everyday celebration ideas, visit Wilton.com. Experts at the Centers for Disease Control have some eye-opening news. Insufficient sleep is linked to an increased risk for several diseases. Sleep duration and quality have emerged as predictors of an important marker of blood sugar control, a factor in type 2 diabetes. In addition, persons with sleep apnea, severe snoring, have been found to be at increased risk for hypertension, stroke, coronary heart disease, and irregular heartbeats. Laboratory research has also found that short sleep duration may be linked to obesity. This association has been found in all age groups, but particularly in children. It is believed that sleep in childhood and adolescence is particularly important for brain development, and that insufficient sleep in youngsters may adversely affect the region of the brain which regulates appetite. There may also be a relationship between sleep and depression. Recent research has indicated that depressive symptoms may decrease once sleep apnea has been effectively treated and sufficient sleep restored. You can learn more online at cdc.gov.
But a couple things that I learned in the last 2.5 years. One, it does not happen overnight. As much as we wanted to make this thing happen, we still had to make full-time jobs and work and build it at the same time.
Hi, we are back with more of Entrepreneurs Edge TV. I'm Janice McLean, and I have my associate here, Toy. And we also have joining us Phil Krosky, whose company is called Point, Click, and Switch. So hi, guys. Thanks for coming back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, let's talk about who Phil Krosky is, if you don't mind talking to us a little bit about you and your background.
Sure. Again, my name is Phil Krosky. I'm CEO and co-founder of PointClickSwitch.com. We started the company 2.5 years ago. We're an energy brokerage platform. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and moved to Maryland in probably about 1994, and I've been here ever since on the East Coast, working in a variety of fields, including banking, economic development, and nonprofit management.
Well, yeah, Point, Click, Switch. It sounds like something we should make a competition about. Call it so many times, and then we'll see if you tongue twisting kind of. But it's interesting, the name. How did you come about the idea? What's the idea all about?
Sure. Well, what we wanted to do is we wanted to help consumers and customers save money on their monthly utility bills. So we all get these electric bills every month, and we look at them and we say, wow, this is ridiculous. What can we do? Well, in certain deregulated markets... We actually do say that every month. In deregulated markets like Maryland, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and 16 other markets, you do have a choice. And you can switch your electric supplier, and you can save money by switching your electric supplier up to 25%. There's no cost for the customer, and there's also no change in your service because your bill will still come from your regulated utility.
I know it's very easy to talk about the journey now, especially people that are watching at home and it sounds interesting to them. But what's the journey been like?
The journey's been great. I mean, the entrepreneur journey is something that I always want to embark on. It's been fantastic. It comes with a lot of challenges, but yet there's a lot of reward at the end of the day. And that's the one thing that I've appreciated about being an entrepreneur and starting this company, is that while there's hard work, it's enjoyable hard work.
And if there's anything you want to tell anyone who's coming into this journey of entrepreneurship, what would it be?
Yeah, well, the one thing that I would stress is that it doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take a lot of time, patience, and perseverance, and you have to stay focused on your end goal. So, I mean, as much as you want it to happen like that, it never happens like that. It's got to take a lot of hard work.
Phil's philosophy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if people want to find you or find out more about your company and your service that you offer, where do they go to find you?
Sure, that's a good question. They can visit PointClickSwitch.com. Again, that's PointClickSwitch.com. You can also email us at info@PointClickSwitch.com. And we also have an 800 number, which is 888-826-1316. You can call that number, get any questions questions you may have answered regarding energy choice and energy deregulation.
Wow, and I have to say, you know, you're here in Maryland, but I think your heart is still in Cleveland, Ohio. So hi, Cleveland, Ohio. And the funny thing is, I hear that I've got a show that's running up there in Cleveland, Ohio. But anyway, so listen, it's been my pleasure. Great. I thank you.
Thanks
I really, and you did help shed a lot of light on the whole, you know, deregulation myth, because I have to tell you, before I heard you speak tonight, I had my bias about what I thought about that.
Sure.
But listening to your model and what you're doing in that industry,
right.
I think it's really good.
Well, thank you.
So I hope that you do well, and we look forward to seeing what you do.
Well, thanks for having me.
And I can tell people at home to watch out for you. We're going to be having more of Phil Krosky on the show. What do you think?
Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can get him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right, guys.
So
stay tuned, and we will be back with our final guest. We are back with our final guest this evening, who's also an entrepreneur in her own right, and she's written a book that I think is great, but I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about that. Her name is Sylvia Henderson. Hi, Sylvia.
Hello, how are you? It's great to be here.
Thank you. Let's talk about your book.
The book is called Hey, That's My Idea, How to Speak Up and Get Recognized for What You Know and Think. And I wrote it because I come out of the corporate world, and now I'm an entrepreneur on my own. We entrepreneurs have ideas. A lot of your audience has a lot of ideas.
Sometimes at 3 in the morning.
Yes, that's when I get them, in fact. And I find that the problem is not the creativity. The problem is getting the ideas, getting the details that we get stuck on out of our heads, down on paper, whether it's electronic or not, and then actually implementing them. And so I looked at what do I go through when I implement ideas, and what do other entrepreneurs go through, and actually implemented that thought and actually wrote the book. And now I do workshops, now I do retreats to help people take them through actually getting the details out of their heads and getting them to create this implementation plan that they can leave with and then get coached on to actually take them through the process of making their ideas real.
Okay. So how's that been for you?
It's been great. I came from the corporate training world where I taught people how to communicate.
Which is very important.
Yes,
a lot of people do not understand that
That's
art.
right. And communicating their messaging with their idea, I still incorporate in my process. But beyond that, I just have gotten so much more excited about, and people really need nowadays to get that, to just get unstuck. And then what do I do? Which idea do I work on? And how do I go about making what I think is a great idea actually happen?
Yeah, and you know, that really is a huge problem. A lot of times you have not one, you have 20 ideas at the same time, and people are trying to run in different directions to get all of them done. Generally, you end up not accomplishing a whole lot.
That's exactly
so I think this is a great book. If people want to purchase that or they want to find out more, what's the name of your official name of your company?
Where I founded the Ideas Success Network.
Okay.
So it's ideassuccessnetwork.com. I'm located in Maryland, in Albany, Maryland, and they can find me, well, at ideassuccessnetwork.com. Phone number is 301-260-1538. And my, well, probably it's the easiest. My email address is kind of counter to that name. I don't want to confuse people.
Yeah, so we'll stick with the website and let them find you. But, you know, Sylvia is also an entrepreneur, and she's also a talk show host.
Yes.
So, you know, you've got a lot of things going on, too. But I think
and the coach has a coach to help keep focused.
And that's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important. Listen, thank you for joining me today.
Great having you out here.
And, you know, I'm going to read this book, and we're going to find out what Sylvia's doing. Maybe we'll do a follow-up with you and see how things are going. And I really want to find out about the retreats.
Okay.
So, because I could really use one of those right now. But anyway, so this is my final guest. And so, Sylvia, thank you. Stay still. Don't go. All right. Guys, thank you for watching. And we'll be back the next time with more from Entrepreneurs Edge TV.